Thanks for joining us. 5 and 5 covers 5 news items of the day in 5 minutes. The clock is ticking. Let's get started. 1. Charges have been dropped against 3 of the 5 adults who allegedly trained children to commit school shootings in New Mexico. District Judge Emilio Chavez dismissed all charges against the alleged Muslim extremists, citing New Mexico's 10-day rule. Basically, the rule requires the case to be dismissed if prosecutors do not formally file a notice of appeal within 10 business days from the judge's order. So basically what happened is that the prosecutor failed to file the paperwork with the court post Judge Backus's order to release the defendants. Which really begs the question, why? Are the defendants part of a sting? Was this just an honest, ridiculously stupid mistake? Or is there collusion by local law enforcement to make this whole case go away? Another question on our minds, why is Old Guard media painting a sympathetic story of the alleged Muslim extremists, omitting the fact that they were training children to commit school shootings? We'll put the links below and you can decide. Here are a few things to consider. When the Taos compound was raided a few weeks ago, it was revealed that the alleged Muslim extremists living at the compound were training children to perpetrate school shootings. The compound was heavily armed. One of the defendants, Siraj Wahaj Jr.'s son's body was found at the compound in what looks like a ritual killing. The 11 children found alive at the compound were malnourished and living in squalor. 4 of the 5 adults charged were released on bail, and local law enforcement razed the compound, destroying evidence. Folks, now might be the time to call your congressional member and ask them why the FBI is not involved, considering this case involves a missing child from Georgia and crosses state lines. 2. An update regarding the discovery of the Hillary Clinton emails. In a recent article in The Federalist, Paul Sperry re-emphasized the discovery that the FBI only examined 1% of the emails discovered on Anthony Weiner's laptop. So why is this relevant? Well, Weiner, a convicted sex offender, is married to Huma Abedin. Huma Abedin is Hillary Clinton's top aide and was the vice chairwoman for Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign. The emails were discovered as part of a sex crimes investigation of Anthony Weiner. At the time of the discovery, the height of the presidential campaign, FBI officials only reviewed 1% of the 694,000 emails found, and that was the day before Jim Comey cleared HRC. So let's go over that again. The emails were discovered as part of a sex crimes investigation. The FBI special agent who was on the team, John Robertson, works in the Crimes Against Children unit. At the time of discovery, Robertson also noted to colleagues that the emails found on Weiner's laptop appeared to be a trove of Hillary Clinton's missing emails. It's due to Robertson's prodding that we even know these facts. We'll put the link below to Sperry's article.
3. Hey guys, it's Red Cord and they let me loose again. I'm titling this segment A Boff, a Cough, and an Off. Hey, don't scoff. Starting off with that boff, check out the Urban Dictionary definition on screen for some lols while I tell you about Teresa Birchfield, wife of a prominent D.C. attorney. She pled no contest to a disorderly conduct after a backseat meeting with a Fauquier County jail inmate in her Maserati.
My Maserati does 800,603,495. I lost my license, now I don't drive.
This cough story is enough to make you sick, but not in the way you're thinking. The Guardian featured a study this week that basically states air pollution makes you dumber. Strangely enough, there's no mention of all the crazy stuff they've introduced via geoengineering. But hey, if you want to be smart, I guess. Finally, let's take a look at a story from Burning Man that's more than a little off. No, seriously, a guy climbed and fell off an art installation at the famed festival. There's now yellow caution tape surrounding the sculpture. And I wonder why they don't let me out more often.
4. A promise kept. The renegotiation of Nafta. President Trump has secured a preliminary U.S.-Mexico trade agreement which modernizes Nafta and creates a more reciprocal relationship. A few provisions include a commitment to reducing trade-distorting policies on agricultural goods. If car manufacturers want to avoid tariffs, there's a provision providing increased wages for factory workers in Mexico, and the beefing up of intellectual property protections. As a result of the renegotiation deal, markets hit record highs, and Canada now wants to make a deal. 5. One random act of kindness at a WaWa leads to a celebrity encounter for a retired school teacher. Ruth Reed was in line at WaWa, and the man in front of her seemed to be short of cash. At that point, she gave him $5. When he said thank you, he introduced himself as Keith. That's when Reed said,
"That's who you look like, Keith Urban. Do people ever tell you you look like Keith Urban?" And he said, "I am Keith Urban." I said, "No, you're not."
Well, it took a little bit of convincing, and eventually Reed realized it truly was Keith Urban.
And I just fell apart. I just fell apart.
And that's the 5 of 5. Be sure to further your own research by following the links in the description. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.